I think our team's key to success is working together.
Our team has a really good bond, and I think on the field that helps us.
For the upcoming game against San Jose, we know we're going against the national champions, but we have a great group of girls that have the ability to compete and win at any level.
Well, welcome to San Jose soccer fans, and welcome to Avaya Stadium as we get set for another edition of Three Stripe Live. And what an awesome match we have for you tonight. As you heard from the Galaxy coach, the defending national champions, San Jose Earthquakes, taking on the Galaxy. It is the first ever women's Cali Classico right here in San Jose. Hi there, everybody. Welcome in the booth at Avaya Stadium. I'm Kate Scott, and I'm sure you know this woman beside me. She is a former U.S. Women's National Team midfielder, a three-time All-American at Santa Clara. Leslie Osborne, awesome having you here with us tonight.
Thanks for having me. I'm super excited.
And I know you are a busy lady at this point. You got kids to take care of. You've got businesses to run. So got to ask, what made you want to come out here, spend the night with some soccer players in San Jose?
Well, I'm honored to be here. I'm excited to see two competitive teams, I think loaded with talent, and to kind of see how much the game has grown and the future generation of women's soccer. A lot of really good players out here. And also, this is such an incredible opportunity for these girls. I didn't have anything close to this at a club level. Yes, I did on the youth national team level, but only a very select few players get that opportunity to travel, play in big stadiums, get that professional environment. So I'm thankful for Adidas for having us and having this platform and empowering girls and giving them this playing field to be able to do this. It can change their trajectory of their career and as a person as well.
This is your first broadcast with us. This is what the Three Stripe Live mission is all about. As Leslie was mentioning, it's all about leveling that playing field by bringing more visibility and more access to women's sports, and then along the way creating more opportunity for these young women as well. And this is one of the great parts of Three Stripe Live, Leslie. Not just all of those things that we saw, but the fact that these young women are getting to step out on a professional pitch tonight here in Northern California, and that all of you watching live on Twitter right now get to be a part of the conversation. Join the conversation as you saw at the bottom of the screen. There it is. It's Three Stripe Live, so just be sure to use the hashtag Three Stripe Live when you tweet us, and we'll try as often as possible to get your tweets on the screen. And I love this one. Frankie Allison. Look at Dad. Go Chloe, number 27 for the LA Galaxy. And Leslie, I love the fact that it's a dad tweet. He signed it, love Dad. Like we didn't know. Frankie, we know you're Chloe's dad. Love that. Thanks for tuning in tonight, Frankie. We can't wait to watch Chloe and the Galaxy do their thing. Galaxy are coached by Diego Sosa, Torrance, California native who was a superstar down at LMU. While the Quakes, coached up by Andres Teza, the director of the Girls Academy here in San Jose, Barcelona, Spain native. And I'm sure a lot of folks recognize that last name. His daughter playing for the California Golden Bears, now a junior over in Berkeley. And we are underway here at Avaya Stadium. Kate Scott and Leslie Osborne with you. So happy that all of you could be a part of broadcast number 5 in our 6-match Three Stripe Live series here in 2019. All about bringing more visibility to these awesome young female athletes. Galaxy in the Navy kits, as I'm sure those of you who watch Galaxy and MLS know, and the Quakes in the home whites. And just seeing these young girls, Leslie, walk out on the pitch tonight blew me away that they're wearing the MLS kits. They already look like professionals. They're 14 and 15 years old.
Yeah, that's just the cherry on the top, right? To be able to feel it, too. I mean, these girls are being treated on the same playing field, and that's pretty incredible. And extra kudos to the LA Galaxy being the first MLS team to fully fund their academy team. That's pretty huge.
Yeah. That means, obviously, fully funded is exactly what it sounds like. Everything that the girls in the Navy out on the pitch need, whether it be training, whether it be doctors, whether it be sports performance, drinks and food, and they pay for everything. Travel up here to Northern California, so As Leslie mentioned, the first fully funded club. The Quakes partially funded, but hope to be fully funded shortly. Number 6, Una McCormack on the ball now for San Jose. Leaves it for Cameron Penn. Players we're watching tonight, both teams, the under-16 squads in the development academy level. So I know a lot of you are probably familiar with the ECNL, which is a really high level when it comes to women's high school club soccer all over the country. Well, DA is an even higher level, and it's just started the last couple of years, but it truly is focused on developing these young women. We'll get more into that in just a bit. Well done that time by the center back, Elise Evans. Number 2 in the white. Dangerous moment there. A little bit lackadaisical from the San Jose defense, but Quakes rather able to recover.
And I think the goalkeeper had talked to us before this game saying that she is playing up again. So it's just getting her nerves out. The first 5-10 minutes for everybody, but let alone a younger player.
Just 14 years old. Alexia Muniz in the goal tonight. A freshman out of Silver Creek High School down here in San Jose. And I imagine this massive pitch, the bright lights of being in the Quakes Stadium, it's going to take a little bit to shine off these nerves. Great move this time by the defending national champion Quakes. And a good effort that time to try to keep it in there as the young woman who scored the first goal in the national championship that took place down in Irvine, California over the summer. She's a 15-year-old sophomore out of Leland High School here in San Jose. Julia Sanacheva. First shot of the night, and it's a good one, but gobbled up by Mia Furkranis, the goalkeeper for the Galaxy. Mia, 14-year-old high school sophomore down in Santa Clarita. And she is one of a number of young women on the pitch tonight, Leslie, who've been called to their respective youth national team camp. A lot of U15, U16, some U17 and 18 players here on the pitch tonight.
There's so much talent out here, and incredible to have so many talented players on the same team. You know, you look at even the Earthquakes, how many players are committed to D1 schools already. I mean, they're so lucky to have so much competition day in and day out in training just on their team alone.
8 players on the Quakes in national team pools or already on a national team squad. 4 players committed to play their collegiate ball at UCLA. 1 committed to stay here in the Bay Area, play for Stanford.
What is that? We got to have some more Bay Area love here, right? We need some Cal Bears, we need some Santa Clara Broncos, and some more Cardinals.
We made sure to give the Quakes players a hard time before the match. We got a chance to chat with both teams, which we'll show you in just a little bit in our broadcast before the match, but we made sure to give all of them a hard time. That the Quakes, at least, aren't playing more college ball up here, so we get a good look at Mia. Coach Diego said that she's just really coming into her own there in charge in the back. Great presence. And a nice slide tackle that time by the Galaxy. That's the 15-year-old sophomore Nicole Diego. Hacienda Heights native. And she's one of the few who's actually been with the Galaxy since the academy started just a couple of years ago.
Yep.
Still, that's saying something. Quakes go short corner this time. And this could be dangerous because, again, this is a massive pitch. I think maybe a little bit bigger than these young women are used to playing on.
Absolutely.
So if we get some transition tonight, it could be off to the races for a striker on either one of these teams.
Exactly.
Turnover here, and the Quakes have numbers. America Frias has a go.
I like her taking that shot early on, first 10 minutes of the game. Make Mia have to work for it. Smart move there.
America already a member of the U.S. U15 girls national team. And now here come the Galaxy. Cameron Penn, just let that one roll nicely out. Here's the lone Stanford commit for the Quakes. Number 2, Elise Evans. Getting it over to a UCLA commit, Catherine Kelly.
I mean, not many club teams, DA teams, can say that both their center backs are heading to top 5 programs.
Right.
I mean, to have that day in and day out, to have that connection and partnership, it's so huge, and it'll make that transition going into their college game so much smoother.
And it's going to be so fun to watch those two.
Absolutely.
Once they get to the collegiate level, as we get a look at where the Quakes players are going. Elise Evans, the lone Stanford commit. Ellie Piper, the lone Duke commit, and then a lot of UCLA Bruins. So Amanda Cromwell doing well, picking things off up here in the Bay. Here come the Galaxy. Well done this time by the visitors. Looking back post, just off the boot of Julia Quinones. But again, impressive build-up play from both teams already here early in our first half.
Yeah, absolutely. They're so talented and centrally, but so explosive and creative on the outside. So you can tell both teams want to get that ball centrally and then try to spray it wide as quickly as possible.
They truly are using the width of the pitch. Here's McCormack. Una, oh, what a turn. Hear the oohs and ahs from the crowd here tonight. And we do have quite a crowd. They are sitting on the side that we are shooting from, so unfortunately not able to see them, but got a great chunk of folks. A lot of folks made the trek up from Southern California. At least a 5-hour drive.
Yep.
An
Depending
hour
on traffic.
flight. Yeah, could be a 9-hour drive, depending.
Exactly.
To hear the crowd, here they are. Made signs, came out to support their daughters, their siblings, their teammates. There's a number of, obviously, different age groups at these academies, so some of their teammates when they play up, which a lot of these players do. That's a part of the development academy, Leslie, is that a lot of them play at different age groups. So even though they may be 14 or 15, they'll be playing with the U17s or 18s on their club.
And that's so huge to put these players in an environment where they are uncomfortable. They're playing against girls that are bigger, stronger, faster. Technically, they're better, because when they do end up playing with kids their own age, they're going to be that much better for it. And, you know, it's good to put them in uncomfortable situations. That's really when players tend to grow.
And that is what just as it sounds like, the Development Academy, the DA for short, is all about. It's not necessarily about the wins and losses, though both of these teams do have a lot of them. San Jose is 3-1 on the season. The Galaxy 3-0-1 on the year, as we take one more look at that great turn that got some oohs and ahs just a few minutes ago from Una McCormack.
Yeah, I love it. She just a little shimmy with the outside of her foot, sees that opportunity to strike, but Galaxy doing a good job getting numbers around the ball and closing her down.
She, along with her teammate, America Frias, who we mentioned earlier, member of the U.S. girls U15 national team. That's part of the cool aspect of getting to know these women so early, just like our broadcast last week down in Dallas, is that there is so many national team players, so sometimes you don't get to know these girls until they're at a Santa Clara or a Stanford or a UCLA, but now getting to know them 14, 15, 16, and getting to watch them develop just adds, I think, to the fandom.
Absolutely, and you know, the fact before the game I get to meet them all and talk to them. I mean, it's so huge for them in a young age to meet someone who's played on the U.S. team, who had a college career, because when they see you and they meet you, they believe in it more. It's doable. And the U.S. Women's National Team, they're so much more accessible these days as well, so it's so good for these girls.
Galaxy shot blocked that time. Here come the Quakes.
Such a good ball.
Tale Moody. Good idea, looking to get it back to Moody. And a nice job that time by one of the center backs, Nicole Diego, to just use her body, give her keeper Mia time there to gather that up.
Exactly, something small that goes such a long way, and learn that at an early age. Love this little flick.
So we will be playing the full 90 here tonight. And I imagine probably around about minute 75 or 80. These young legs are going to start to feel the size of the pitch that they're playing on.
It's so tough to train for this sort of environment until you play in it. You know, this kind of big field, and I'm sure it feels even bigger in the stadium to them.
Oh, and the lights and everything.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Just a new environment in general and a lot more space. So who's going to take advantage of that?
Quakes trying to take advantage here. again, if this is your first Three-Stripe Live broadcast, well, welcome. First of all, thanks so much for joining us. And the cool part is we're here on Twitter, so you get to be a part of the conversation. Ajay, thanks for tuning in tonight to Go Quakes Beat LA. That's a hashtag that never gets old. So if you want to be a part of the broadcast, all you have to do is use the hashtag Three-Stripe Live, and we'll try, just like Ajay, to get you on the broadcast tonight. So Galaxy fans, come on. We just had a Go Quakes tweet. We need the Galaxy one next. But that's another, there's just so many awesome aspects of this broadcast on Twitter, Leslie.
Absolutely.
The fact that we can communicate with family members, with fans, and again, if maybe you have a question for Leslie Osborne, feel free to tweet us that as well. Just use that hashtag Three-Stripe Live.
Sometimes it's so hard to even watch games in general, so the fact it's so accessible for all the fans out there, you know, I mean, this is huge. So many more eyeballs out there, which is incredible. How the game's grown and what Adidas is doing, it's amazing.
Well, and you were telling me earlier today that, you know, think about it, the 99ers and, you know, Mia and Michelle and Julie and all those players who were rarely televised.
Yep.
We're the ones who got you and I into this sport.
Absolutely.
So imagine what a broadcast like this tonight, youngsters all over the world right now could be tuning into this on their phone, watching young girls play in a professional stadium. I mean, what is that going to do for this sport?
I mean, it's hard to imagine, right? I mean, you look where it's gone from just 15 years ago and where it's going to continue to go, especially with the women's national team winning again. And what social media has done in general, the platform it's created. But it's giving these girls an opportunity to see what's out there and that they can do it and they can go be it.
So if you're watching tonight, young ladies, we're talking to you.
Yeah. And this age, it's such an important age. This is where they soak it in, you know. The high school age is just so huge. So it's these teachable moments, it's coaching, it's experiencing this stuff at this age group that can be literally life-changing.
If you're watching tonight, maybe 12, 13, Leslie and I look forward to broadcasting your match in a few years. Thanks to Adidas and Twitter. This awesome partnership, Three-Stripe Live. Here come the Quakes. Oh, great idea. The cutback. And our first goal of the night belongs to Tale Moody. But the flag is up.
Oh.
So the cheering continues, but we've got to restart. Looked over there, couldn't see him at first because our officials are in the red tonight and blending in with our Adidas and Twitter signs.
Well, and that build-up looked like they've done that a lot of times before. Get it centrally, spray it out wide, go end line, play that cutback ball, and that was beautiful.
We'll take another look at that in just a minute to see just how close the offside call was. No VAR tonight, everybody. I know you all love that so much.
Love it.
Or despise it.
Yeah.
But here come the Quakes again. Moody, who thought for a second as she had our first goal of the night, as we take a look at this one.
Yeah, I love this little slip ball. Sanchachura is already on it, knows it's coming. That little cutback ball to Modi, number 28. She's got the in on the inside. Not great marking. Lets her go centrally, wide open. All she has to do is slot that in.
Sonacheva, who would have gotten the assist on that goal. She was the player called for the offside. So still 0-0 here. 15 minutes into this first ever. This is another... I'm just going to sound
Keep
like a
it
broken
going.
record. This is our first ever female Classico here at any level. No pros here between the Galaxy and the Earthquakes. Just a bunch of 14 and 15-year-olds on the pitch here tonight.
How cool is that?
Getting a rep for their respective clubs. And that was one of the things that you were blown away by, Leslie. Just the fact that they're not just wearing the kits of their MLS teams, that they have access to really the majority of the things that the Galaxy and Quakes players have access to.
I mean, it's massive. You know, you look at, you know, even our professional league in the NWSL, and there's some professional teams that don't have that sort of access and resources. So for these girls to have it and be treated like that, and you know, it's empowering. And that's what they're going to be accustomed to being used to. And I hope that our league, the NWSL, can get to that point where every team is a professional organization like this. But, you know, the game's grown so much, and I think that I'm just still blown away on the girls lifting in the same room as the Galaxy that we did on the national team. That's incredible.
Yeah, the girl said, yeah, well, we'll be lifting weights and Zlatan will just walk by. What's up, ladies?
What's up?
No big deal. Just one of the premier soccer players, not just now, but maybe of all time. The Quakes just off the mark that time by America Frias, but another great idea that time by the home team.
Yeah, they're really using that right flank, and Fria's wide open. All she has to do is get a little head on that and flick and turn it a little wide there, but they're having a lot of success on that right flank.
Another player headed to play for Amanda Cromwell down at UCLA. Man, you thought the Bruins were stacked right now.
I know.
Some of the national team players they have. Jessie Fleming from Canada.
Yep. What Jill Ellis started down there and BJ Snow taking over, and now Amanda. I mean, that program just continues to excel and get better. And, you know, it's the most desirable, you know, college team in the country for women. It's cool to see it evolve and stay so good for so long.
Well, and it's so cool, as you mentioned, to see that the national team coach came from the collegiate level, because that doesn't always happen in every sport.
No, it doesn't.
Great job by Frias to hold off her defender. Here's more. McCormack touching it to Peyton Marcis, number 22 in the white. But it seems like the defending champs, the San Jose Earthquakes, starting to settle in here.
Yeah, getting more comfortable and confident on the ball. You can really tell they like to go to that right flank. They're looking almost every time. That's where they're finding their success, and then finding free as their mode is either central or back post.
Well, and both teams weren't sure who they were going to start kind of at that left winger position tonight. For the Galaxy, their superstar, Valerie Vargas, is getting set to prep with the U.S. national team in Kansas City next week. And we will pause on that thought for a second as we've got another tweet and got a question for you, Leslie. As the Quake buildup continues, when did you know you could make your soccer dreams come true?
Oh, I love that one.
Great question.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff, for tuning in and for the tweet.
I think in 8th grade, when I was playing for the youth national teams and finding a lot of success and realizing how much I loved the game and how much I continued to want to get better, that's when I started to really develop and get a lot of, you know, contact from college coaches and stuff like that. But I think it was really playing for the youth national teams where I was able to perform at a high level under pressure, where I knew if I really want this and I continue to work as hard as I am and develop and continue to work hard, that this is possible. But I think that, you know, meeting Julie Foudy in my hometown, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, when I was 14 years old, I think really helped, because I actually got to meet her, and she was a person, and she was so awesome. And I was like, wait, I think my goal was more attainable after meeting her, you know?
Because like you said, she was a real person. She wasn't just this superstar that you saw on TV that you couldn't, you know, really feel or relate to or touch.
Exactly.
And all of a sudden, seeing her in person, that totally makes sense.
It completely, I mean, my parents said on that car ride home that I was just mouth wide open. I couldn't believe it. And it was like a light bulb came off. Like, she's just a person who worked incredibly hard and was talented and took advantage of her opportunities that made it. And if I really want it bad enough and I continue to develop, that I could maybe have the opportunity to go play in college and see where that goes, you know?
Well, it was such a neat moment when Leslie spoke with both of our clubs before the match tonight, and we'll show you that a little bit later in the broadcast. But kind of like you were just mentioning of you meeting Julie Foudy, there was a number of wide-eyed young women down there saying, what? 3-time All-American at Santa Clara? You played with the U.S. Women's National Team? How many years? So we will share that conversation with you in just a little bit. Now here come the Galaxy.
I think my favorite question was, did you have any setbacks? You know, and I kind of laughed because some players, they're blessed, and I'm knocking on wood, to not have a lot of injuries and setbacks. But, you know, for my career and a lot of people out there, they did, and it's how they responded and grew from that, you know. It's good for them to hear that. And if they do get hurt, what's next? And to prepare for their future in other ways, too. It's all important stuff.
Well, I think especially hearing about those injuries, because hopefully not too many young women at this age have had that ACL or meniscus or all the injuries that we hear all the time in every sport these days.
Yep.
And that first one, that first big injury, can be devastating.
Definitely, and to see the Earthquakes and the Galaxy, you know, already doing strength and training, rehab, doing all that preventative stuff, dynamics, everything at such a young age like this. You know, we were talking earlier, again, we didn't have that at this age, so they're doing the work.
It was definitely stop by the local fast food restaurant before the match and just pick something up.
You're like, what did we eat before we play? I mean,
well, and look at this. Speaking of UCLA,
oh yeah,
Kelly I, as we call her, the national champions in softball just a few months ago. Watching the broadcast tonight and tweeting. Love that. Kelly I, thanks for tuning in. Go Bruins. Cheering loud and proud. That's the Galaxy tweet that we were looking for. Amanda. Watching Mia from Australia. Cheers from Granddad and Auntie Amanda. I mean, this is what broadcasting on Twitter is all about.
Exactly.
Amanda, thanks so much for tuning in. Granddad, thanks for tuning in as well. Mia is playing a darn good match so far for the Galaxy. All these young women putting on a show. And that was another one of the things that you told them. Quakes continue to build. Don't let the bright lights blind you tonight. Don't get overwhelmed by the size of the pitch. Go out there and showcase your talents.
Absolutely, and continue to work on the things you've been working on. You know, this is your time. Play under pressure, play under the lights, be a little uncomfortable. You know, this is the time to do it. This is where you're going to grow by doing it in these moments and situations.
Avaya Stadium here in San Jose, home of the San Jose Earthquakes. This is just an awesome facility. Only been open for what, 3, 4, 5 years now, Leslie. It hasn't been too long.
Yeah, I believe maybe it's its 5th year. Because they were at Santa Clara University prior, so this has got to be one of the coolest stadiums, and in the outdoor bar, which makes it
surprisingly
really
closed tonight,
yeah.
unfortunately. Yeah. Leslie and I weren't happy about that, but I guess when you don't have professionals playing on the pitch.
A little different crowd.
I understand. But yeah, love that big scoreboard that you saw at the end with the 3-stripe live on it for every Women's World Cup match. Not just the U.S. matches, every match this entire summer. They were broadcasting live up there. So there's a huge grassy area behind the scoreboard. So families were out here with their lawn chairs, and it's just a great way to share not just the love of MLS soccer, but all soccer down here in San Jose.
Absolutely.
Another chance for more. Looking for a handball that time, but we play on. Tale Moore, the sophomore out of right here in San Jose, playing her high school ball at St. Mary's College. She has been feisty so far tonight in the area for the Quakes.
Yeah, and she's finding a lot of success in the box. I think the Galaxy have to figure out their back line and marking up and getting on the right side of her, because she's strong, she's got a big presence, and really good in the air.
5'5". Again, just a sophomore in high school. And that was one of the many things I've been blown away by tonight, Leslie. Just the size of these young women.
Oh my gosh.
Walking beside them, they were pretty much the same size as we are. And they're 14 and 15-year-old. I guess that gets to the strength training and the good eating they're doing, right?
Absolutely. They look like athletes already. It's hard to believe.
Here comes Cameron Penn, San Mateo native, playing her high school ball at Hillsdale here in the Bay Area. There's more again. Nice job that time by Ava Yang, the sophomore out of Palos Verdes Estates. You were talking about being an 8th grader, right? And that's when you knew. So we got a quick look at our lone 8th grader on the field just a moment ago. We'll get back to McKenna Irvine. Good service this time by San Jose. Looking for Sonicheva on the back post. Oh, what a cut.
So good. She's so fast and accelerates, and she knows what she's going to do with that ball before it gets to her. And you know what she's going to do, and she still can do it. As a defender, that's so hard to play against.
Those are the players you love as your teammate, right?
Absolutely.
But you hate when they're your opponent.
Absolutely. She loves to cut inside. She can go wide. She's good 1v1. Very dynamic player.
5'8", 15-year-old. Also going to UCLA. Whole lot of future Bruins out there on the pitch tonight. And a lot of these Galaxy players, reason that the Quakes may have a few more college commits on the pitch tonight. A lot of these Galaxy players, as we mentioned, are playing up. So last week, when they played the Utah Royals FC Arizona down in Mesa, Arizona, 6 of their starting 11, so more than half of their starting lineup, was 05s, and that's how they categorize kids these days, which confuses you and I,
Getting
Leslie.
used to that.
But so a bunch of 14-year-olds, pretty much, were playing at the U16 level. So they're a little bit younger. They're a young squad.
This is so good for them, though, being young. We talked about being uncomfortable, being challenged for their development, but also, you know, when their time is to come and they are playing their age group. I tried to do that when I was younger. I played with the boys a lot, but anytime I told the coach, Diego, it's really great to see what you're doing. Yes, winning is important at every level. Every team wants to win, but the development part and putting the kids in situations where they can grow and expand their game and be more versatile, it's huge for them.
Evans playing the ball in. The back line of San Jose pushing up quite a bit at this point. But why not? They've had the majority possession here in our first 28 minutes. Try to get something on the score sheet, especially since, listen to the scores that they've posted already this year. They rolled La Roca here in San Jose, 5-0. Here's another chance for the Quakes. Galaxy doing nice to bend but not break on that back line tonight.
Yeah, a couple times you think they're beat and the cover's been there, and the communication and organization. So the question is how long can they do that for? Because the Earthquakes keep coming, and they keep coming on that right flank.
Yes, they do. Here's Penn. Cameron Penn, just over the top.
Love seeing an outside back shooting at the top of the box and getting involved in the attack. She's confident, she's comfortable on the ball. She sees that little opening and she takes it. She strikes it nicely, hits it a little bit, gets over the ball well enough, hits it over, but she's in attack centrally. That's tough for the Galaxy to defend and figure that out.
Pushing all the way up. The 5-1 outside back. We could probably make jokes about defender shots right now at this point too, couldn't we, right? Midfielder up here in the booth.
Yep.
But just a great job by Cameron that time to get forward and have a go. So 30th minute of this Cali Classico here at Avaya Stadium in San Jose. We're about 50 minutes, give or take traffic, south of San Francisco here in California. About 5 hours, again, give or take traffic, north of Los Angeles. So the Galaxy came in yesterday. And for the Quakes, this is obviously their home base, the defending national champions. Looking to go back-to-back here in 2019. Penn in the attack again. This one deflected. First Grannis does well to get out because Sonacheva was coming in for that rebound.
Yeah, she was, and really like Evans back there, her entry ball, she takes the space and then she plays that long ball and finds those gaps to her center midfielders that are open. And that's a lot of how the play is developing. So aware back there.
Good combo idea by the Quakes. Diego there just in time. And that right side remains busy. Here's Jennie Immethun, number 56 in the home whites. Sonacheva. Cameron Cruz, center forward for the Galaxy, understandably coming back, trying to get the ball maybe a little lower on the pitch than she's used to.
Yep. They're gonna have to do that extra bit of work here tonight, come back. They're defending low. They look a little tired. They're gonna have to regroup and just be smarter in their defending and numbers and going at the same time. But so far, they're doing what it takes.
The Quakes really starting to push up now. Here's the center back, Evans. McCormack. But yeah, expected about this time in the match.
Yep.
For all of a sudden, the nerves to kind of calm down.
Yeah, I think the Earthquakes are taking advantage of that space, and center backs, Kelly and Evans, doing a good job penetrating that space, taking out those lines, and those entry balls are easy for them.
Here comes San Jose. Penn in the area again. Punched away by Fargranes.
Wow, what a beautiful build-up. Again, Penn getting the shot off. I love it. She continues her run. They're doing a really nice job. They know what each other's going to do. They have a lot of really good build-up play. You can tell that they've done this a lot of times before. They know their strengths, and they're just reading off each other really nicely.
And again, hard cross that time from the right side. Galaxy able to clear it momentarily. Penn smartly double teamed that time by the Galaxy. Quinones chasing. Cruz there as well.
Nice job solving that pressure. Little 1-2s and switching that ball. Their awareness, where that space is, where's that opening. Doing a really nice job.
And the Galaxy knew that they were going to have to do a lot of chasing tonight.
Yep, absolutely. And they're doing a nice job getting numbers behind the ball. The problem is when they do win it, they don't have a lot of options, and they're so far back in their own half that it's hard to break from that.
Now from the left side, McCormack, the dummy. And there is our first goal of the night. Peyton Marcis makes it a 1-0 San Jose.
We just talked about how beautiful their build-up play is, and this time it comes down the left wing, right?
Almost kind of lulled things to sleep here on the left side of the flank.
Yep. It caught the Galaxy by surprise, that's for sure.
I love that. Peyton pointing to the crowd who is on its feet.
Yeah, McCormack's been really active in this half. I love this dummy. To find Marcis wide open like that, just a clean, right-footed shot, sees where the keeper is and just places it far post. But it's all about that dummy. To have that awareness, to be able to recognize that you have a runner coming through. Frias doing such a nice job letting that go between her legs. It's a beautiful build-up and goal.
Yeah, that was textbook right there. As the 14-year-old San Mateo native, who's headed to UCLA in a few years, gives the home team here at Avaya Stadium a 1-0 lead. That's a moment she's never going to forget.
Oh, yeah. And that celebration to mom or whoever that was pretty cool.
Yep. Quakes fans on their feet. They could feel it was feeling like something was coming, and now we got to wonder if the floodgates might be open.
Yeah, and how the Galaxy respond to this. You know, they're young. It can be defeating. The key is for them to not give up a second one in the next 5 minutes and to try to get through half. Score one or keep this score so they can regroup at half.
McCormack with the interception and the go from distance. Like the idea that time, though.
Yeah, McCormack's been really active here tonight, both on the dribble, passing. She's finding that space well and taking advantage of that space. And that strike, again, doesn't get a chest over the ball and get over it enough, but she's recognizing that Mia's out of her goal a little bit, and she's got that space behind her, so.
You know, the MVP of last year's national championships. Here she is again. Laying it off this time for the goal scorer, Marcis. Sonacheva to the end line, cutting back. Almost number 2 for Peyton.
And Sonacheva, you know, again, what she's going to do, but she's so good. She can go end line, she can cut that ball back, and she's got the awareness. You know, she knows who's open. She can play that cutback ball, whether it's Frias or Moody in the back post. But she's so dangerous and really tough to defend.
Her coach, Andres Detha, was talking about her. We just all laughed because he said, she's a monster. And he said the crazy thing about her is that she has the physicality, right?
Yep.
5'8", just 15 years old. She's a big, strong, fast, prototypical American athlete. But she's just now becoming a soccer player. And I'm sure you played with a lot of girls like that, right, Leslie?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, Christy Rampone was on the last broadcast, you know, a basketball player really in nature, and to be able to have her speed and her athleticism and to, you know, at a later age develop her. I mean, she's already got a way head start than Christy did, and look at the career Christy had. So it's exciting to see that potential and to know that she's still just tapping into it. There's so much more that she could grow into. It's exciting.
Here comes the Galaxy. Why not? On this big pitch, finally get into the attacking third for the Galaxy. Like the idea that time by the visitors. Sophia Cook, Cameron Cruz, both a part of that build-up for LA. Eddie, appreciate you tuning in and everybody else who's tweeting us tonight. Antoinette, yes. Cheering all the way from Atlanta for my long-distance best friend. I love that.
Staying up late watching the best friend.
I'd say America's playing pretty well, so she appreciates you
Yep.
staying up so far tonight. If you're out there watching wherever you are, whatever time zone you're in, send us a tweet. We'd love to get you on the broadcast as well. Just use that hashtag in the upper right corner of your screen. 3-Stripe Live. 1-0 San Jose right now. The Quakes in the whites, the LA Galaxy in the navy jerseys. And McCormack trying to go it alone. But the Galaxy do well to draw the goal kick.
Yeah. She loves going 1v1. Super technical. She's got that long legs. It's deceiving how good she is on the dribble.
Comes from a very athletic family, does number 6, you know, McCormack. Dad was a professional cyclist, and heard from her coach Andres earlier in the week that her brother's a phenomenal high school quarterback down in Florida. And all the big college programs are after him because of his arm. Well, college programs after Una because of her boot.
Exactly.
Breaking through the Galaxy, Catherine Kelly, the center back. Well, that was one of the things that we heard from Andres as well, right?
Yep. Just to have that confidence, to see that awareness in space and to take it and say, hey, I don't see a better option. I'm going to take this myself. She loves going forward, and it's just so hard to defend a center back coming forward.
There's Andres Detha. Try to say that last name right. The Barcelona native. He worked with me before the broadcast, so Andres, I'm trying my hardest. But a long-time stalwart when it comes to coaching women here in the Bay Area. Cormac looking for a little bit of space. Has it here. Oh, the fancy footwork again from Una. But the Quakes again, Kylie Perez that time stepping in front. So really impressed by the Quakes attack and the Galaxy defense.
Absolutely. They're finding a way. They're shifting. They're moving well together. It's just that last piece is when they do win it, how are they going to build out of that? And maybe this is a game for them that they know that, hey, you know, the Earthquakes are going to be probably in our half more. How are we going to respond? And maybe this is part of their game plan, how they're going to deal with it. But again, this is such a big learning environment and for both teams to play so many quality players in this kind of field and environment. Yeah, we've talked about McCormack all night. She's been so good on the ball, shimmies, but the fancy footwork, being able to beat so many players 1v1. Just that final piece of getting that last ball off.
Yeah, just 5'7", but she looks like she's about 6'2" out there.
Yeah, she does.
Got those long legs, and according to her coach, continuing to grow. She's just getting taller every year. And that's sometimes something that athletes at this age can struggle with, right? Growing into a new body, it's all of a sudden changing so quickly.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the age when that does happen. I remember I was a little shrimp till my sophomore year in high school, and all of a sudden I had this big growth spurt, and I, you know, changed my game.
Apparently it changed it for the better, though. It's like, it worked out okay, right?
It did work out okay.
Leslie Osborne, former member of the U.S. women's national team, is a dangerous moment here for the Galaxy. Finally some good build up down this right flank, and Sophia Cook colliding there with Alexia Muniz.
Well, it just takes one opportunity. Gets that cross off, doing a nice job, and Alexia Muniz coming out strong, taking a knee to the belly. But again, we talk about Galaxy, how they're going to build out, and doing a nice job getting that cross off and at least making Muniz make a decision.
So final 4 minutes of our first half here in San Jose. The Earthquakes thought they'd pulled ahead in about the 15th minute. The goal called back by an offside call, and now San Jose looking for more. Galaxy defense up to the task yet again.
Yep. Seen that so many times tonight on that right flank, and Galaxy doing a better job defending and making that difficult on Moody to get that shot off, and McCormick.
She was the one who had the goal called back, so you got to imagine that
she wants one back.
Tale is ready to put one in the back of the net. Some tired legs here at the end of our first 45. Playing on this massive MLS pitch. I don't think anybody out here tonight is going to complain about that. And here comes Sophia Cook, looking to level the score before we go into the halftime break. Well done that time. It'll be a Galaxy corner as we take a look at the chance we had just moments ago.
Yeah, Mood trying to get that shot off. And McCormick. Again, Galaxy doing such a good job getting numbers around the ball. And then Sophia Cook, look at that acceleration. How fast she was trying to get that last shot off. Kelly and Evans doing a nice job covering each other back there.
Cook now will take the corner for the Galaxy. And leaves this one in a spot she'd like to have back.
Yeah, she wants that one back for sure.
Clapping her hands in frustration as she ran away from the corner flag, the Huntington Beach native. Usually plays more than 10, but again, as we mentioned earlier, Valerie Vargas, the typical left winger for LA, headed out to national team camp in Kansas City. So when the red, white, and blue call, apparently that's more important than Three Stripe Live, Leslie.
Apparently. That's so good for Sophia and a lot of these players too to, play different positions and become more versatile.
Quakes looking for Frias. Galaxy, again, doing well to limit the damage here in the first half. As we approach our final minute here in half number 1 in San Jose. Our 5th match of our 6-match Three Stripe Live series here in 2019.
There's Kelly again getting forward, taking players on.
Yeah, you wouldn't know she was a center back, would you?
No, she looks like a center mid that got converted to center back, which, some of the best center backs out there are center forwards or center backs or center mids that get converted to that center back position. It just makes them so difficult to defend and so good distribution-wise.
Final 10 seconds here of our first half. Home San Jose Earthquakes, the defending national champions, with a 1-0 lead over their California rivals, the LA Galaxy. And that is how half number 1 will end. And thanks to that young woman, Peyton Marcis, the Quakes have a 1-0 lead in the first ever female Cali Classico here at Avaya. I'd say the fans are enjoying things quite a bit so far. Peyton all smiles. Remember the US U16 girls national team. And it's going to be great to chat with the head coach of the Quakes in just a few moments, because Andres Deda told us earlier this week that Peyton is the player who reminds him most of his daughter Luca, who's playing right now for the California Golden Bears. Looking forward to actually broadcasting that match tomorrow when Cal hosts Washington State in the Pac-12. Well, 45 minutes are in the books here at Avaya Stadium. Leslie Osborne and Kate Scott with you. So your first 45 minutes of any Three Stripe Live broadcast, what'd you think, Leslie?
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. I mean, I think the first 10 minutes is what we can expect. Both teams were working their way into it, but I can see why this Earthquakes team is so dangerous. They're so good in the middle. They have so many creative players, and out wide they're so dangerous. And I love their center backs, how confident they are and how much they build out of the back. And this LA Galaxy team, for being so young and to have so many players playing up, for them to deal with the pressure that they've been under and the numbers, they're doing a really nice job staying organized and keeping numbers behind the ball. So I'm pretty impressed so far.
Well, I will ask you that question in just a moment, because it sounds like we have the head coach of the San Jose Earthquakes now with us on headset down on the pitch. So, Andres, congratulations on a good first 45, have the lead going into the locker room. So your take on how your club performed in our first half here tonight?
Yeah, I think we're playing really well. We're controlling the game for the most part, and I'm very happy with the first performance of the team in the first half.
What's going to be your chat at halftime to the team? What do you want to see the team do differently in the second half?
Well, I think that there's three things probably that I want to focus on the halftime. The first one is I want to make sure that we use the 6 a little bit more to be able to switch the ball from one side of the field to the other. I think we're not finding the 6 enough. I think we have to do a better job at that. Second point, probably we have to polish a little bit the interactions, sharper interactions, better interactions between our attacking mids and our, especially the outside players, the 7 and the 11. And then, yeah, I mean, those are the two things. Probably the third thing that we would want to obviously focus on is we need to do a better job at we have so many chances in the first half, and we have to do a better job at finishing those chances that we have, and then we'll be a little bit better off in the score as well. Yeah. Those are, I would say, the three things I'll focus on.
Well, Andres, we appreciate the honesty. We'll let you go talk to your girls now after a great first 45 minutes. Thanks so much for the time.
Right, thank you.
I love that honesty. You can tell he's not a college coach or a professional coach because he's willing to share so much with us right there.
Totally. And he's like, yeah, I've got 3 things, and this is what they are. You know, he's happy with it, but it can get better.
Mm-hmm. So with 45 minutes in the books here in San Jose, it is 1-0 to the San Jose Earthquakes, the defending national champions. They won the U15 age group last year. Obviously, both of these teams now competing at the U16 level. So as the teams take a little bit of a break, let's look back. This is, again, our 3rd soccer match that we broadcast here on 3 Stripe Live. So let's take a look back at a couple of matches we've had already this season. Are you ready? We are so ready for this one. You are watching 3 Stripe Live. Eclipse Select making the trek from Chicago to take on the hometown Michigan Hawks. Fernanda Soda stepping to the spot. Chance to put Eclipse on top, and she does! Soto with our first goal of the night. It's 1-0 Eclipse.
I love keeping it low. It's hard for the keeper to get to ground too quickly, and we've seen Videlko make so many saves tonight, and even though she dove the right way, still can't get there in time.
And look at the friends that made the trek in the neon clothes to come cheer on their team and their friends. They're watching it live on Twitter. It's right in front of them.
I prayed to make it in. I take the shot and it goes in, but I was super nervous. I thought I was gonna miss it. But once it went in, I started running to the corner and started celebrating because it's just one of the best moments in my life.
The Eclipse come on the road to knock on the Michigan Hawks 1-0 and wrap up the Midwest Conference crown. Yes, they did, wrapping up that Midwest Conference crown. And my partner here, Leslie, I think you know a little bit about the Eclipse Select, don't you? That ring a bell?
I do. It brings back a lot of memories. I actually made the decision my junior year in high school to jump from my Milwaukee club to the Chicago Eclipse because they were so good. I wanted to develop my game and get more exposure. So actually, I can thank my parents for driving 2 hours each way every day of the week. So thank you, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, that's crazy when I heard that from you and heard that from so many of the young women on both the teams, both the Hawks and Eclipse Select, how far they travel multiple times a week just to play on those squads.
Yeah, I think this is a perfect example of how lucky we are to be in California, to have so much talent, so much competition, to have so many good club teams within 15 minutes apart. I definitely didn't have that in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I know that's happening all over the country. And women and girls are willing to make and sacrifice that dedication to go out and develop their game and drive a couple hours. I mean, and thankful for their parents to help make that happen.
We had a lot of girls just a couple of weeks ago, actually in another state here in the United States of America, down in Texas. What a matchup we had between FC Dallas and Solar. Almost 2 million people tuned in on Twitter. There was over 2,000 people in attendance down at SMU. And in case you missed it, it was match number 4 in our 3 Stripe Live series. Welcome to Dallas, Texas soccer fans. This is Three Stripe Live, presented by Adidas. And what a matchup we have for you here tonight. The last two national champions. That's right, FC Dallas. And last year's national champs, Solar.
I know you guys are a younger squad just coming together, so today is really important because today's an opportunity to get better.
Jones on it. And FC Dallas is on the score sheet first here tonight. Dave Jones on the breakaway this time. Jones, 2-0.
Great finish.
FC Dallas. What a strike.
Oh, long distance.
And that's 3-0 FC Dallas.
Today you're going to make mistakes. Right? I always say to all my athletes, the game is made up of mistakes. And who capitalizes on more? Is it going to be you guys? Is it going to be FC Dallas?
And there it is, the first goal of the night for Solar. Here comes Solar again. Byers. 3-2.
Nothing she can do about that one.
Trinity Byers with a right-footed rocket. Byers. Her fellow goal scorer, Alexis Missimo. Lexi Missimo, we are tied at 3 here in Dallas. Byers, she's looking for her second. And she's got it! All the way
What a
back
finish.
from 3-0 down, and Solar has pulled ahead 4-3. And that's gonna do
There it
it.
is.
The final whistle here at SMU, and Trinity Byers and Solar put together a comeback for the ages here tonight. Now, it was an awesome night down in Dallas as we take a look back at all the places we visited so far this year. And that's right, one match left in our Three Stripe Live series. We're headed out to Louisville, Kentucky next week for a volleyball showdown between Mercy and Assumption, and we just cannot wait. And as Leslie and I have been discussing already through our first 45 here tonight, and I'm sure we'll be talking about again in our next 45, Leslie, just the ability for these young women to perform, not just in stadiums like the one we're at tonight, but on Twitter and getting to play and show off their skills in front of millions of people. Can you imagine what that would have been like back in the day?
I told the girls earlier, I wish I had this opportunity when I was playing club. You know, yes, I did have it at the youth national team level, but this is an amazing opportunity. I want them to take advantage of it. I also want them to get used to playing under pressure. A lot of them are going to go play college soccer and hopefully professionally, and I think this opportunity gives them that belief, like, I can do it. And that belief and confidence, especially in girls, is absolutely huge. And this platform, it's amazing. And I'll say it again, you are so lucky. Take advantage of this. You know, I hate saying going back, but this is incredible.
Yeah, it is incredible. In fact, where we are tonight here at Avaya Stadium in San Jose, as you mentioned, it's a palace fit for professionals. We know that the Quakes women get to train here, but the Galaxy women, they are treated like pros down in Los Angeles as well. So let's take a look at how they prep before they take the pitch.
Hard work! Work hard! Hard work! Work hard! Only Galaxy on 3!
The Girls Academy is a professional academy. This program consists of training 4 times a week. They do gym sessions twice a week as well. We do a strength and conditioning program for them.
Even though it was a big time commitment, what's kept me going is how much I love the competition, training, and how you meet new people. We're there for each other.
Our team has a really good bond on and off the field. We're all just super close with each other. And I think on the field that helps us. We can kind of predict what each other's going to do.
I think playing a competitive sport has helped me in other things in my life. I've learned to be dedicated with schoolwork, just like in soccer.
Playing at this level has helped me manage my time better. I've learned to manage stress and working with others.
This program is important for women in the sport because 3 years ago, they didn't have this. There was a boys' academy, but there wasn't a girls' academy. So I think this is the time where we're starting to break a lot of barriers. For the upcoming game against San Jose, we know we're going against the national champions, but we have our game plan put together, and these girls have the ability to compete and win at any level.
Just incredible. So we're watching this feature. We're watching these 13, 14, 15-year-old young women get to train where the Galaxy train. And Leslie's saying to me, That's where the U.S. women's national team, that's where you guys used to train.
That was where our residencies were for 5 years. So I did all my rehab. We did all our weightlifting sessions in that gym. So again, they don't know now, and I hope that they do, but that is an incredible opportunity. And the belief and to be able to be treated and have that platform and that opportunity, it's absolutely huge, and it can change their trajectory as a player and as a person.
And I thought it was cool just hearing them talk about what sport has brought to their lives as well, how it's helped them with time management, how it's helped them deal with failure. I mean, that's so many things that you can't learn unless you're playing a sport.
Absolutely, and going through setbacks, a couple of players asked me, have I had any setbacks? And I'm like, that's what this game is about, and you learn so much as you go through them, and you come back stronger and stronger. So all of these things are helping them be a better athlete and a better soccer player and a better person and everything.
Well, we just heard from the LA Galaxy, who trail 1-0 here at the half in San Jose. And we're joined now by the head coach of the LA Galaxy DA Girls Academy, Diego Souza. So Diego, pretty exciting first 45 minutes. Your team was playing defense quite a bit, understandably, as you mentioned, against the defending national champions. What was your take on the first 45 from your team?
Yeah, I think it was a tough first half. Obviously, they're a great team. They do a really good job of moving off the ball, and they're very interchangeable. I mean, they have players that can play 6-7 positions at a time, which allows them to interchange. I think we are playing a little too defensive, which is not allowing our outside backs to get forward. We're too focused on defending. I think the girls just need to calm down a little bit and kind of play their game. And I think we're being a little too nice when it comes to defending. We're allowing them to travel with the ball. We're letting them to dribble, to break lines, instead of really getting stuck in and making it difficult for them and to disrupt the players who are dribbling.
Pretty impressive to see so many young players out there. I felt like they were confident. They did a nice job getting numbers around the ball. What was your message to your back line and midfield of when they do win it, how are they going to be able to break out and make some more attack happen?
Yeah, I mean, I want us to play through the midfield, and so I told them there needs to be a little bit more mobility in the middle. I think we're a little static when we're playing out of the back, and I think that our outside backs, if they get forward, they actually are creating more space for our center backs and our center mids to play a little bit, and that's who we want to be on the ball. And so I told them I have confidence in them, and I support them, and I want to make sure that they're confident out there as well.
We love that. Awesome, yeah. Diego. Thanks so much for the time. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, that Diego Souza, the head coach of the Galaxy. And we were mentioning earlier in the broadcast, Leslie talked with the teams before the match. Here's what Leslie had to say to the Earthquakes.
Hi, girls. I am so excited to, first of all, meet you guys, and I'm so honored to be here with you tonight. I feel like I might be more excited than for you guys to play out there. I definitely did not have this opportunity when I was in club to be able to play in a professional environment and on a professional stadium. So I think what you guys are able to do is so cool, and just enjoy this, soak it up. I got to experience this playing on the youth national teams, but definitely not on the club level. So feel it, soak this in. I know that this isn't gonna be a packed house, but you're gonna have your friends and family here. You've worked so hard to get here. Try the things that you're practicing with your team. Try it out here. You're playing a really good team. Now's the time to work on those things and get used to this pressure. If you guys are going to college, I know some of you have committed, and for the players who are gonna go on and play too, this is what college and professional environments are like, is to play under pressure. And it's okay if you mess up. This is your time to get better and to know that this is where you're gonna develop. So try new things, try the things that you guys have been practicing, and soak this in, because I'm telling you, from a player a lot older than you, this is an incredible opportunity, and take advantage of this platform, okay?
I feel like in addition to broadcasting, maybe some motivational speaking in your future. What do you think, Leslie? That was awesome. That was so great.
I just feel it, as a player in their shoes so long ago, to be
Not
able.
that long ago. Come on.
I feel like it's been a long, long time, but to think about if I had that opportunity, to have a former national team player come to my DA club practice, to be able to play in a stadium like this. I didn't even have a stadium like this growing up in a professional team. So I look at them, I look at their eyeballs, see how passionate they are, and it just excites me to see where this game is growing and where it's continuing to grow, and to see how much talent we have out here. It's fun. I mean, the future is bright, and I'm so pumped to see these girls have this opportunity.
Galaxy coming out a bit more on the front foot here in the second half, like their coach Diego was telling us just a few moments ago. Sophia Cook turning, trying to engineer some space for herself at the top of the area. Julia Quinones fighting for what she thought was a corner, but it will be a goal kick for San Jose. Well, join the conversation, just like Bobby, if you haven't yet, and join this three-stripe live match between the Quakes and the Galaxy. Two quality teams and clubs completely agree. Our FC Virginia squad always loves competing against them. Love that. Bobby tuning in, coaching up a club out in Virginia. Appreciate you guys watching us tonight on Twitter. We'd love to hear from all of you. Yeah, are you another DA club somewhere else in the country? You in the ECNL? Are you just a soccer fan? Maybe a volleyball fan. We're going to Louisville next week to broadcast some top-notch volleyball in Kentucky. Just love to hear from anybody who's watching tonight. Quakes at it again. Just over the crossbar.
One Frias again. So good at holding the ball back to goal. If it's not on herself to take it on, she's so good at laying the ball off. Earthquakes have had too many shots over the goal tonight. Need to get it on frame, on target, get over the ball more, because those are some wasted opportunities.
That was one of the things that Andres told us before half, right?
Yep.
So right at the half, listed off a number of things that he wanted to see his young women work on. America Frias leaving it. And a goal scorer, Peyton Marcis that time dummying it, thinking that there was another player right behind her. Now here comes the Galaxy on the counter. Quinones on her horse. Trying to get past the center back Evans. Really like how the Galaxy have come out here in the second half.
Absolutely. We talked about that at halftime, is how are they going to be able to win that ball and then get some attack out of it. And Sophia Cook's doing a nice job. She's either getting the ball, coming back, and then playing that outlet ball, or being that player taking on 1v1. She is explosive and fast, but already you can tell the Galaxy's got a little bit more confidence and pep in their step and more ideas.
Cameron Penn, left back for San Jose, taken down, so it'll be a free kick for the Quakes. And what a great story she is. And when we were talking with her coach earlier in the week, said, you know, she might be one of the smallest people on the pitch, just 5'1", so I don't know how many other clubs in the country she might start for, but we have seen what kind of fighter she is out there tonight.
She's one of my favorite players out there so far tonight. I think the impact she's made on this game already has been huge, and I love that she's not big, but she's got a huge presence out there. She plays bigger than what her height says on that paper, and she's scrappy, and she's getting involved in the attack, and she's just a smart player out there. And I don't know how many shots on goal she has, 3 at least, but it's always exciting to get your outside backs involved in the attack, and that's a big part of this 4-3-3 that the Earthquakes play.
Cameron, a 4.0 student at Hillsdale High School here in the Bay Area. Ellie Piper, the other outside back for the Quakes. Valley Christian product. Here's the goal scorer, Marcis, leaving it for McCormack. Thinking that time that Sonacheva might be making a diagonal run, but just a little bit of miscommunication.
Yeah, but Marcis's ball, so good centrally. She had a lot of options there, and just to be able to slip that ball in, great texture, perfect pace on that ball, so it's leading right into her run for her to be able to make that final pass. So good in that central mid position.
Impressive stuff all over the pitch so far tonight. San Jose Earthquakes, the defending national champions. They're in the home whites. This is their MLS namesake club's stadium here in San Jose. The LA Galaxy, the huge rival, at least at the MLS level, starting to build this rivalry now at the DA level. But the first fully funded women's DA academy.
Yeah.
So everything is paid for these young women.
I remember seeing Kevin Hartman right after it happened. He's, you know, leading it down in Galaxy, and he was just in awe of the opportunity he had, let alone Galaxy and what they've done to put behind that. It was mind-boggling to him, and to see what they've done the last 3 years and set that standard, and hope that all other DAs can eventually get to that point. It's huge. It's massive.
All about providing the pathway to the next level. So they just want to be an organized professional academy. Our young men get that opportunity. Why shouldn't our young women? So as you mentioned, Kevin Hartman, the former superstar for the Galaxy, leading director down in Los Angeles. And now here comes LA. And Quinones is on. Julia Quinones trying to even us at 1, but parried away by Muniz. Well done by the 14-year-old goalkeeper for the Quakes. Now here comes San Jose looking to counter. But again, good to see the Galaxy starting to put something together in the final third here in the second half.
Absolutely, and that final pass was so good, and Quinones fast and getting into that space and reading it early. The ball was played a little bit too far, but she did well with her first touch. So it was a tough angle to be out that wide to get that shot off, but did a nice job.
Piper, the outside back, looking to send Frias there. Here comes LA again. This time Cook will chase. Trying to get to it before Evans. As we take another look at that last chance from Julia Quinones.
Yeah, I'd like to see Quinones take that first touch inside rather than outside, because when she did take that touch, it made her angle harder to get a good shot off. But I love her run, being proactive.
Just 14 years old, one of the players playing up for this Galaxy squad. Already a couple of goals on the season for a player that her coach calls a true flanker. And I think we're seeing that here tonight.
Absolutely.
Just the speed to be able to blow down that outside flank. And this is something we saw last week down at SMU with FC Dallas and Solar. Understandably, playing a big match on a big pitch. There's going to be some cramping. So all of our players will come over and get a quick drink. You remember these days, right?
Oh, yeah.
And there's not much you can do once it starts, right?
Nope. Gotta appreciate the water break, I guess, but time to regroup. I think Galaxy's been on their front foot this second half, and I think the Earthquakes are going to have to just figure out what's going on back there, because Galaxy's doing a nice job breaking out of pressure and putting up.
As we take a pause, as Ava Yang gets stretched out by the trainer for the Galaxy, let's take a listen to what Leslie had to say to LA before tonight's match.
Hi guys, how's it going? Good. I am so honored to be here tonight. My husband actually played for the Galaxy, and so I'm super excited to just be part of talking to the Galaxy players. I'm super pumped for you guys because I hope you realize how special of an opportunity this is. I did not have anything close to this in a club environment growing up in Wisconsin. I did on the youth national teams, playing in big stadiums and in professional environments, but only a very small group of players actually get to do that. So the fact you guys get to do that, you have amazing coaches, resources, you're part of the LA Galaxy organization, which is absolutely huge. I hope you realize how lucky you are and take advantage of this, because it is amazing and it's very special and not everyone has it. And tonight, go out there and freaking kick butt. Work on the things that you've been trying in practice, right? Coach Diego's had implemented some things. Now's the time to do it. Get used to feeling this pressure, because when you go play college, I know a lot of you want to, and maybe one day playing professionally, this is what it's gonna be like, having the pressure. No, it's not gonna be a sold out stadium tonight, but you're gonna get this feeling of playing in big stadiums in front of people and feeling that pressure. So go out there, work hard, keep working hard, because I can tell you one thing, I got to the point in my career because of my hard work, and that literally is the foundation of who I was as a person, as an athlete. So keep working hard and keep up the great work, okay?
I love that. Hard work, that's what it comes down to.
I mean,
talent only takes you so far. I mean, it's a part of the puzzle, but hard work is what differentiates the good players from the great ones.
Yep.
Bella Navarro is checked in for the Galaxy as Yang checks out, and we hope that she'll be back shortly. Playing tonight with the ECNL substitution rules as opposed to DA substitution rules, just so we could potentially see more players on the pitch. DA limits the substitutions as they prep them again for national team play, where we only get to see a couple of substitutions a match. So Chella cut off that time. Here comes the lone 8th grader on the pitch, and she's taken down 13 years old, number 32 in the Navy, McKenna Irvine, fouled by one of the biggest players on the pitch, Julia Sonicheva.
Oh, I was so excited to see Irvine play tonight. So many good things from Coach Diego, but getting this experience, being so young, having to deal with so many talented players out there. She's holding her own. She's helping her teammates out. She's playing way bigger than what her age says. Bright future ahead of her.
Playing 2 years up.
Yep. And at this level, you know, I mean, that's incredible.
That speaks to obviously the talent that she has, a holding midfielder for the Galaxy. Diego's known her since she was 5 or 6 years old, said that she has always been fearless. And it's been really cool to watch that develop. Here's McKenna again, for 32. It's not an easy spot on the pitch to play when you're the youngest and one of the smallest out there, the holding mid spot.
Exactly. That was my position on the U.S. Women's National Team. You're the quarterback. You're dealing with the ball coming in back to goal and people on you, and you're having to set play and do a lot of grunt work. It's a lot. So kudos to her for wanting that and having the confidence. And it helps so much when you've been coached from someone for a long time that you know that that coach has the belief in you and confidence in you, and that can go such a long way.
Irvine with a quick restart this time. Good start by the Galaxy in this second half as they trail 1-0 to the defending national champions. And again, we have a good crowd here tonight. They're just all right underneath us here on the left side of the pitch. They have been loud. On and off, a lot of signs made. I love the spirit. We have some Galaxy flags from the folks who made the trek up from Los Angeles. It's so cool to see the support and now trying to get on the score sheet.
I feel it coming. I do. They're gaining momentum, and Sophia Cook especially doing a nice job in that 9 role, coming back and getting a hold of the ball, playing that final ball. We're having to run on, but she's been a big focal point in this second half, and I think has really helped the Galaxy.
Sonacheva there, 15-year-old winger for the Quakes. There's some of those signs that we were just talking about. Vamos! Ellie Sonia Piper. Right outside back for the Quakes, number 8.
Or Duke girl, right?
Look at you.
Heading to the East Coast. Gotcha. Maybe some of her teammates will join her, but she seems to be the lone soldier on that one so far. But what a great program to play for.
Got your college commitments down. Cheva somehow able to keep that one in. Taken down just outside of the area. So a good spot for the Quakes here.
Sonacheva doing what she does best, going at players, taking on fast and strong. 55 doing a nice job using her body and doing what she can. Thankful it's not in the box.
Yeah, just outside of the area. So our goal scorer, Peyton Marcis, going to take this set piece for San Jose. Footwork that time from Ellie Sonia Piper. Here's McCormack, who's had a couple of bits of fancy footwork in the first half. A little feisty out there now.
Yeah, it is.
I like it.
The Galaxy's got more confidence, too.
comes Cook. Again, trying to get the offense going for LA.
At least she's got numbers up there to help support her now. So she had 2 other players penetrating the box in case she did win that, but you can tell the Galaxy's doing a better job making sure that they have support in that attacking third when they do win it.
Bella Navarro, the freshman out of Corona, California, subbing in just a few moments ago. Cameron Cruz, 15-year-old out of Long Beach. A collision, and Frias comes away with it. And the Quakes have numbers. Diego does well to step and just boot that ball out of bounds.
Get it out, time to regroup.
Yep.
Sometimes you just got to do that.
It looks like we'll have another substitution here for the Galaxy. Understandably wanting to try to get as many players as possible, Leslie, the experience of playing on a professional pitch like this tonight.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of this opportunity, and even if it's 10 minutes, this is really impactful for them. And I like they're playing with the ECNL substitutions to allow that.
So Chloe Allison, number 27, a sophomore from Los Angeles, will come on. As well, number 31, Renia Gonzalez, 14-year-old out of West Covina. Trying to see if some fresh legs can get the Galaxy on the score sheet here in our second half. So appreciate all of you tuning in tonight on Twitter. Kate Scott and former U.S. Women's National Team member Leslie Osborne with you here at 3 Stripe Live as Irvine is taken down. Just both so grateful and excited to be a part of this broadcast, Leslie. In case folks are just joining us, 3 Stripe Live is a partnership between Adidas and Twitter and Intersport as well, who puts on these broadcasts, which is all about trying to bring more visibility and opportunity to these young women, and hopefully adding to the accessibility to women's sport as well. So broadcasting matches like this all over the country. We've been to Michigan, we've been to Indiana, we've been to Chicago, headed to Kentucky next week, and tonight here in San Jose as the San Jose Earthquakes on the attack once again. Wallace tuning in tonight. Whole family watching with our under 10 soccer player daughter, loving the game, so much skill. Wallace, we completely agree. And we love that your youngster is watching this match.
He's able to watch,
yep.
Right? Like, up until so long ago, not a lot of 10-year-olds were able to do this. So now with social media and a lot of kids having smartphones, they have this accessibility, and for Twitter and Adidas to be able to give this platform, it's so huge.
Jen tuning in as well. Go Galaxy, cheering you on from LA. Go Ava, Mom, Mia, and Liv. That's so cool. And that's one of the parts of this as well, as Quakes look to double their lead, is that we know how expensive this travel is. Playing a club sport these days, even with the Galaxy Club being fully funded and this Quakes DA being partially funded, still paying for flights and gas and for all of that.
Adds up very quickly. And to allow any girl who wants to have this opportunity, the opportunity. You know, it's going to help the development in our country to be able to have more girls involved and stay involved, right? Because you're talking about playing for a good club team and how much money that can cost you. So this opportunity is going to help develop this game and continue for the U.S. to stay a powerhouse and #1 in the world. It's huge at the youth level. It's so important.
Well, that's a really good point, because I think one of the great things just from a soccer fan perspective about watching the World Cups over the past couple of cycles, Leslie, is that it's not just the U.S. and maybe a Germany or Norway and everybody else. There's a lot of teams that can compete now.
Absolutely. The world is catching up, especially in Europe.
Marce Marcis looking for number 2 off the crossbar. And cleared off the line by the Galaxy. Quakes can sense number 2, and so can the fans. Oh my goodness, what a sequence for San Jose. Let's take another look.
Oh, beautiful build-up again. Taking 1v1, going end line, a common theme in this game. Oh, such good skill to get that shot off. Unlucky on the crossbar, Marcis unlucky, and to get that header back in there, put it back in action. And Evans, a center back then, saying, hey, I want an opportunity too. I'm coming up. Unlucky for them, but beautiful, beautiful play.
Zet Gregoris with that second opportunity for the Quakes. 14-year-old freshman out of Patterson, California, which is quite a drive from down here in San Jose. And now LA with an opportunity to counter. And Evans does well, but here's McKenna Irvine. And the Galaxy will get called for the foul. Unlucky that time because it looked like our 8th grader might have been on the break.
Well, Irvine is she's not reacting, she's proactive. So she's not waiting for things to happen. She's gonna go make them happen. So pouncing on that second ball there. Good double teaming. She's feisty, she covers a lot of space in there. She wants to get involved in that attack.
And I liked her teammate there, number 11, Quinones, kind of just taking Evans to the ground. Big center back for San Jose. And one or the other. There's a multitude of cool and awesome and rad and great things that we've got going on here tonight in Northern California. But the fact that our center official is a woman as well, and she can't be much older than our players tonight.
I know, keep it coming, keep it going.
Gianna Islava, number 38. Santa Clara native checking in for San Jose. But that is so cool. We don't have enough female officials. I remember back in the day that was one of the ways I made money when I was playing high school ball.
Same with me.
Una McCormack with an opportunity. Man, McCormack has been so brilliant with her technical skill so far tonight.
Yeah, she has. She's had a big influence over this game in the center of park. Impressed with her play, both passing and also her individual skill.
New keeper in now for the Galaxy. Number 44, the sophomore out of La Mirada, Jaden Fuji. Sanacheva. McCormack. And it looks like that one will be just outside the area. And again, that's what it takes to be a center official. You've got to have courage. You just got to go with your call.
Yep, and Sanacheva doing what she's been doing all game, going to end line, finding McCormack at the top of the box. I believe that's Irvine who gets stuck in. Looks like from behind. Referee does call it outside the box. That did look in the inside of the box to me. Should have been a PK.
Right there close to that line.
Yep. Sometimes it's hard because she's running and she came in from behind, so sometimes it's hard for a referee to really call when the foul did initially happen with that buildup.
So Fuji maybe tested here quickly.
Oh, and another one.
So many
goal.
just over the crossbar tonight for the Quakes.
Yeah, I think Coach Andres is really going to be honing in on his team. Take advantage of those opportunities inside the box and outside the box.
No doubt about that. As we were mentioning earlier, Quakes won their first match this season, 5-0. So we take another look at this set piece. Oh,
she gets contact and power, but again, doesn't get over it enough. Looks like it's close to hitting the crossbar, but I know she's going to want that one back again too.
Well, I remember, Leslie, at this age, that was one of the hardest things, that you might have a great shot with power, but sometimes, especially when it comes to set pieces just outside of the area like that, it's almost more finesse, and that takes a while to learn.
Oh, absolutely. You're so focused on hitting it hard that the natural tendency is to hit it over because you're putting so much into it.
So chance now from our crowd here at Avaya. I love the crowd getting into it.
I know. Chanting.
That's one of the neat parts about tonight, is that the Quakes Guys Academy here tonight supporting their women. Leading chants, leading cheers. Because as we know, all the MLS programs have men's academies, understandably, wanting to find those homegrown diamonds in the rough, wanting to find those guys that they can pinpoint at this age, 13, 14, 15, and then hopefully draft once they get out of the collegiate ranks. And the women's developments academy is just a couple of years old now.
Yep. Making some progress.
I know that some have them in the NWSL. There's a Thorns Academy up in Portland, which produces a lot of collegiate players. Here comes McCormack. Yuna. Sonacheva loses her footing. Chloe Allison. After we play on just momentarily. Be a restart for the Quakes.
Sophia Cook is holding her own out there. Offensively, defensively, those skinny legs. She's tough as nails out there.
Number 26 in the navy blue. Was a part of the U14 U.S. Women's National Team last year that won the CONCACAF. Just think about those experiences at just 14 years old.
I truly feel like that was the difference maker in my career, and a lot of the women on the U.S. Women's National Team, is getting that experience at a young age. Playing under pressure, playing in front of people, playing against other styles and teams from around the world.
Rios leaves it for Marcis. Jaden Fuji just able to get a whiff of that one and keep Peyton away from it. Piper. Sonacheva, the spin. Just a little bit too much on that service. But some fun bits of skill here we're seeing from both teams as we approach the final 15 minutes of tonight's match.
It's fun to see the dynamic relationships and partnerships on the Earthquakes especially too.
Here comes Cook.
Can tell they play a lot together and they know each other's strengths. Everyone knows Sonacheva is going to go 1v1 and then cross it in, and
here comes again. Number 32. Sophomore from right here in San Jose with a step over. Marcis looking for the brace tonight. Peyton Marcis. McCormack. Scott Gregoris on the far side. And the Galaxy once again does well to withstand the pressure and then just clear it away.
holding their own. Pretty build-up play by the Earthquakes, going from side to side. Just missing that.
Yeah, it's been a busy night for this Galaxy back line.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job.
Allison now. There haven't been that many opportunities for the Galaxy, but anytime they've come, you can understand why the center backs for San Jose are both already committed to Pac-12 colleges.
Absolutely. They have such a strong dynamic partnership. You can just tell that they've played together and really good on the ball, and their distribution and covering. The Galaxy's had a lot more opportunities the second half.
Here's another. That's what their coach Diego told us just after they came out of the halftime locker room, that he thought they were a bit too defensive in the first half.
Yep, and that can happen when you're a younger team and you're a little intimidated and you're playing against a former national champion. I mean, that's definitely natural. So it's good he acknowledged it to the team and let them know that and gave them confidence to be themselves and to go out at this Earthquakes team with more numbers behind the ball and more confidence.
Karen De La Mora with a throw in for the Galaxy. Here's Emily Lalama, sophomore from Whittier, California. Our first half goal scorer, Peyton Marcis, number 22. Got San Jose on the score sheet in our first half, and that's where we stand. Zet Gregores draws yet another San Jose corner.
Marcis has been such an exciting player to watch in this game in the middle of the park. Dangerous on the dribble, penetrates well, breaks those lines, able to connect, scoring goals, setting up players. Great future ahead of her.
Committed to UCLA, one of 4 members of this Quakes squad who will be putting on the powder blue once they get to the collegiate level. Here comes Allison. Love the fight of these Galaxy forwards.
Yeah, they are not giving up.
Oftentimes having to go it a bit alone because of the width and just size of this pitch tonight. Taking a while for their teammates to catch up to them. And imagine that everybody might have some tired legs at this point. 80 minutes into tonight's match.
This is when you start to feel them. You start to get the cramping, or mentally you're like, oh, I don't know if I got this, you know?
Those of you who just tuning in, welcome to San Jose. We're just about 45 minutes south of San Francisco here in the Bay Area in California for our first ever women's Cali Classico. Visiting LA Galaxy in the navy, the defending national champion San Jose Earthquakes in the white. And the Quakes with a 1-0 lead after a first half goal by number 22, Peyton Marcis. Kate Scott and former U.S. Women's National Team member Leslie Osborne with you here tonight. And we just love that you've joined us from wherever you are. All over the world, we've been getting tweets tonight. And if you're watching, we'd love to hear from you. Still have 10 minutes to go. Just use that hashtag in the upper right corner. 3-Stripe Live. And speaking of all over the world, had a great conversation with the head coach of San Jose, Andres Deza, earlier in the week, talking about just a really impactful trip that this team took to Japan after they won the national championship this summer.
And how humbling of an experience it was for that team, because Japan is so good. I mean, lost in the final in 2015 against the U.S. Women's National Team, but they are so technically good and good on the ball and great in tight spaces. They're so hard to defend, and I think to be able to expose this team to that Japanese culture and the way that they play at a young age, it was eye-opening for them, and also maybe good for them to come back and go, okay, we did our job, we won the national championship, but we still got a lot to grow, you know?
And that last photo in the photo montage that our great crew put together is the reminder of that for Coach Andres. He laminated some origami that one of the young Japanese players gave him right there and has it on his bag because, as you mentioned, Leslie, they didn't lose a match last year. The San Jose team went 34-0-3 en route to that national championship. They went 3-3 in 10 days in Japan. He said, we got knocked out in the quarterfinals because the Japanese were so good. And 80% of our players are playing for U.S. Women's National Team teams.
I mean, That's what's so scary is how good Japan is going to be. Yes, they didn't make it to the final in this World Cup, but they have the Olympics. They're going to be scary good. And they're so tough to play against. It's good that they got that opportunity because now they know, but it's so hard to compete against that technical ability. And when you're so good in so many tight spaces, it's tough. And it's a big adjustment. So I think it's so cool that they're providing these teams to go to Europe, play against some of the best teams and in Asia at a young age. It's going to only help develop them.
They did that after winning the national championship. Got to go to Spain before they won the national championship, and this LA Galaxy squad also traveled to Spain and won a big tournament, the Los Angeles Cup in Madrid. Their 05s, their youngsters won that, and Diego said that same thing, just like the trip to Japan for the Quakes. It was just an experience that is going to be with these young women forever.
And how amazing at the DA level, they're traveling abroad, they're going and playing these big countries and teams and getting that exposure. You know, that's what youth national teams do, but if you're not part of that, you're being able to expose these girls to something that isn't a given, and it's just so crucial for their development.
And I love the passion that both of our coaches, Diego and Andres, have for coaching young women too.
You could feel it. You can see it. You can feel it.
Diego was a superstar down at LMU Loyola, which is one of the great WCC schools in California. Went on to coach at LA Harbor College and built that program up and was the winningest coach in program history when he headed to start coaching girls at the LA Academy Galaxy South, which was one of the satellite teams for this LA Galaxy proper program. And then once they launched the DA, the Development Academy, a few years ago, brought Diego on board, and he said, I was just so excited, right, to get the opportunity to, I'd been coaching these girls when they were younger, but to then help them when they were older and hopefully get to college and start reaching their dreams. And like you said, Leslie, just the passion was shining through that phone call.
There's nothing sweeter to help develop boys or girls and to watch them grow and to see them go and do big things and be part of that process. I think that's the most gratifying piece to being a coach. And as a mentor, I'm sure all the girls look up to him and Coach Andres, and it's so important to have a role model and mentor in these girls' lives at this time in their life as well.
Coach Andres for the Quakes was at the De Anza Force, a very well-known club here in the Bay Area who competes at the ECNL level. And they actually won the U14 ECNL National Championship back in 2013 with, Leslie, a few names you may recognize. Tierna Davidson is now playing with the U.S. Women's National Team. I believe, was she the youngest member of the squad?
She was
in France over the summer, and actually got some playing time too.
Yeah, she did, and she's going to have a bright future ahead of her, and a player that was very versatile and so technical and distribution, and to be a natural left-footed center back and to be able to play outside back. She's only going to get better too. That's the really cool part about her being so young and so coachable.
Tierna left Stanford a year early after suffering an injury, and now playing at the professional level. Here come the Quakes.
And chose to not go back to Stanford, I think, to finish. She chose to play in this World Cup. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for her.
When you get those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities, sometimes you got to take them. No doubt that she'll go back and finish her degree at Stanford once the playing career is done.
Can always go back. Right, Allie Wagner, Abby Wambach. It's never too late.
And the offside flag is up. So Allison just maybe a step past the back line that time. I just love that both of our coaches have gotten so many different players on the pitch here late. Saw number 9, Alana Owens, checking into a big cheer for the Earthquakes. Another one of those players from just like you were when you were playing from the Eclipse back in Chicago back in the day, driving 2 hours to play for a coach like Andres. Alana's from way out in Mountain House, which is out near Stockton. at least a 2-hour drive to get here, depending on the traffic.
Yeah. The commitment and dedication of these players and parents. If they're not driving.
A lot of the parents,
yeah,
let's be honest, we don't have any
yeah.
16-year-olds on this pitch tonight.
No,
13, 14, and 15-year-olds out here.
It's a lot to make that happen.
So thank you to all the parents
Yep.
and relatives and friends who helped make what we're seeing tonight possible as well.
Exactly.
There they are. Thank all of you. You don't know
Yeah,
it yet
we're
until you
talking
watch the
about
broadcast back later, but we're talking about the support system. The meals, the boots, the travel, all of it.
So much.
We know the sacrifice that parents and grandparents and friends and family have to make to allow their youngsters to play at this level.
Exactly. Team effort.
As the Beat LA chant starts to echo through the stands here at Avaya Stadium. 90 seconds to go as the Quakes look to take the first ever female edition of the Cali Classico, the battle between the Quakes and the Galaxy here in California, here tonight. Flag is up on the far side, and we've got some cramping from Ellie Piper, understandably.
Yep,
I'm getting tired up here,
yeah,
Leslie.
It's almost the 90th
We've just been
minute.
talking.
Yep.
Playing on a massive pitch here.
She's had to do a lot of work on these flanks, too. Oh, no. Looks like she threw in the ball and probably just misstepped and tweaked something.
Hopefully that's just the cramp.
Yeah. That special oil treatment, whatever it is, that magic power. Just rub that in and hope that that is enough.
We all want to know what that is, right?
Exactly.
The magic sauce, the magic spray. I know we had at World Cups for a number of years.
The Brazilians know that all too well.
And now, but this is, again, one of the incredible parts about these clubs being supported by the Quakes and the Galaxy. They have trainers at every single practice.
Again, we go back to even at a professional level.
I don't think I even saw a trainer until college.
Exactly. Let alone coming out to practices. I mean, I was taping my own ankles in the back of the car, you know, before practice. I got really good at that.
This is what Three Stripe Live is all about. Adidas and Twitter wanting to bring more visibility, more accessibility, more access, as we see from our center official. We'll have 3 minutes of added time here tonight. But it's just about raising things up. Together we rise, right?
Yep. Together, that's the key word.
Great to see a center official as a woman tonight.
Yeah, next step is just to see more females get involved in coaching and stay involved, you know. I think that's, you know, something that the game is really lacking right now, and trying to figure out how we can get more women involved and stay in it.
It's all about trying to lift as you get to that next level. As you mentioned earlier, Jill Ellis, Amanda Cromwell down at UCLA, who's going to get 4 of these Earthquakes in a few years. But Leslie Gallimore now in her 26th season up at Washington, doing incredible things with the Huskies. Nice touch that time by Emily Lama. Easy for me to say. Here's Owens.
There's Irvine.
The youngster.
All over.
The youngest on the pitch, number 32. Still in junior high school. And the Galaxy able to earn the corner.
And you know that jump from middle school to high school is big. So even from like an 8th grader to a freshman, it's a big jump. And she's holding her own out there.
Well, the coach told us that she's been fearless since he met her when she was about 6 years old. And she's proven it tonight.
It's just amazing, too, that he's been with her for that long, and to see her grow and be part of that developmental process.
Lalama with the corner. Looking front post. Naya Bocelli was there, but Quakes able to clear it away. Galaxy looking to even this score up in the final minutes here in San Jose. No overtime tonight. Because again, this is just an exhibition match tonight between these two clubs. Got a lot of cup matches and
The
Most
most
matches too.
the most important exhibition game of their lives thus far, right? I
Yep.
mean, this is for fun. This is like
Cook has a go. Well done that time.
yeah, why not, Sophia
Movies.
Cook? Why not?
Yeah, nothing friendly about this friendly, right? Live on Twitter at an MLS stadium.
Ooh,
Love it. The Galaxy just going for it.
yeah.
Advicelli sprinting towards that back post.
So close to being such a dangerous ball, that in-swinger with the left of her foot running onto the path of her teammate. I love it that they're still going for it. Love it.
Final 30 seconds here in San Jose. As our 5th three-stripe live broadcast winds to a close. Here's Irvine. She has space. Leaves it for her teammate. And the Galaxy in the final seconds. Are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh. And it was Irvine who started that play, and what a strike. Oh.
There's McKenna Irvine who started it, and we're going to have to take another look to see who finished this for the Galaxy. Could it be Kylie Perez, the center back, coming all the way up the pitch?
Oh, so many good things about this. Irvine getting the attack, finding that little slip ball, and Perez, a center back, getting up in the attack. Look at that strike. Pace and power and precision. Wow, and they're tackling each other. That's awesome.
An absolutely spectacular strike.
Wow.
From the freshman captain out of Cerritos. Her coach said she is the leader of this team. And in the final seconds of this match, levels the score at 1, but the Quakes aren't done. Sonacheva has it kicked away by Fuji. The center official looks at her wrist and points to the corner flag, so we're still playing here in San Jose.
Galaxy's like, are you sure the time's not up? Double check that.
Wow. Sensational stuff. Oh, and the Quakes have retaken the lead in stoppage time. Julia Sonacheva, unbelievable.
Unbelievable. We've been talking about her all night, how good she is on the dribble, 1v1, taking players on. And she comes away with a header.
All of you who say women's sport isn't entertaining,
right?
What are you watching?
Well, I mean, a beautiful ball in, and all she really has to do is make contact because she really isn't closely marked. And Sonacheva showing she can score with multiple parts. So dynamic, sees where the goalkeeper is and just places that home near post. How sweet is that?
Scored the opening goal in the Quakes National Championship win over the Colorado Rush back in June. And scores the game winner here at Avaya Stadium tonight. What a finish.
Wow.
In the first ever Women's Cali Classico here in San Jose.
That's a pretty good one to start with, huh?
My goodness, talk about setting the bar pretty high, Leslie.
Oh my gosh, and just so impressed with what LA Galaxy did with that second half and how they almost closed it out. But talk about that response, that's incredible.
The Galaxy having to fight back, playing down 1-0, playing with a young squad. And in the final moments here in the second half, able to pull level thanks to a goal from their center back, Kylie Perez. And then just moments later, Leslie, the sophomore out of right here in San Jose, member of the U.S. Under-16 women's national team, Julia Sonacheva. That's the game winner for the home team. I'd say this is a night that she's probably not going to forget for at least a few years, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Both teams. I think this couldn't be more exciting, and so much happened here tonight. What a cool experience for them, and it was a really good game.
Coach told us earlier in the week that Julia was an absolute monster. Just one of those big, strong, athletic, prototypical American athletes, but said she's just learning the skill and nuance of the sport of soccer.
And that's scary, right?
Yep.
To say that about her, because So much potential, so much growth. She's got a bright, bright future ahead of her.
Let me just adjust the cord of my partner real quick as we come on camera. Leslie Osborne and Kate Scott with you. How exciting was that match? I mean, we had a great one last week down in Dallas. 3-0 FC Dallas, and then Solar came all the way back for a 4-3 win. Understandably playing on a massive pitch here tonight. The girls were getting tired, but in the last couple of minutes, Leslie, what a finish we had here in San Jose.
I mean, and Sanachova doing a nice job just making contact. She is wide open. Galaxy does leave her. All she has to do is really make contact, near post, recognizes where the goalkeeper is, and places that nicely home. But what a great service and delivery in the box. And you know, the first 5 minutes after every goal is when most teams score, and you have to be careful. And the way that the Earthquakes responded, so good. I mean, what a last crazy few minutes.
Well, and that shot that we saw from behind the goal, I mean, if I'm Julia, if I'm any of these Quakes, I'm going to screenshot that, and that's going to be, what, the screensaver? It's going to be printed out and on your wall with the big Avaya Stadium behind it. So, first three-stripe live broadcast for you, Leslie, in the books. I mean, told you it was going to be exciting. How was it?
I mean, the bar is set very high. I mean, really exciting. I'm really impressed with this Earthquakes team. I think collectively they're super strong. Individually, so much talent out there all over the pitch. But I loved the Galaxy. I thought the first half they looked intimidated. They weren't doing a nice job getting numbers behind the ball. They weren't building out the attack much. And I thought their response second half, they came out with not only a little bit more belief and confidence, but also tactically, they found a way to get more numbers forward and created more chances. And for Perez to get that goal was absolutely big time. And have Irvine be involved too as a young, scrappy 8th grader, so huge.
What an awesome night of soccer we had here in San Jose. The Earthquakes and the Galaxy, the first ever women's Cali Classico here at the home of the San Jose Earthquakes, Avaya Stadium in San Jose. And it was just a spectacular showing of the sport of soccer. We had a number of missed opportunities in the first half, some crossbars and some posts hit. It was getting physical in the second. And there was our first goal, Peyton Marcis.
Beautiful
Sending
shot.
it back where it came from.
Yep, clean. Knows exactly where she wanted to place that ball. I love that dummy.
That got the scoring starting in the first half. And this was an injury time in our second half. The center back, Kylie Perez, tying it at 1. And moments later, Julia Sanacheva with the game winner.
Yeah. Crazy good goals in 2 minutes, minute and a half.
And these two teams haven't faced each other much because, again, these development academies for the women just launched in the last few years for the Quakes and the Galaxy. So I've got a feeling that this is going to be the start of something.
Oh,
Leslie.
yeah. Oh, 100%.
So for Leslie Osborne, I'm Kate Scott. For everyone at Intersports and Adidas and Twitter, we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. The Earthquakes, in stoppage time, knock off their Southern California rivals by a score of 2-1, but we're not done. Our final three-stripe live broadcast coming to you live right here on Twitter next Thursday night, Louisville, Kentucky. We're headed back to the hard court. A couple of the top teams in volleyball in the entire state of Kentucky, and we'll have them for you right here on Three Stripe Live. Thanks so much for tuning in. Good night, everybody.